Hello everybody, it's 1 o'clock on the East Coast and this is working from home. And working from home might not always work so well, but we do what we can. So welcome everybody, this is our second live and I want to have that now every Wednesday at the same time to make sure that everybody who is from home, this is the new normal. This is all our new normal. This week from NYU, New York University, where I'm teaching, they sent me a message, can you teach in the summer? And I just reflected on it and said, yes, I will be teaching if I can teach online, because who knows what's gonna happen. Everything has to be online now. And how can you prepare to be more online, to be more visible, to be comfortable? I think that's the other thing that we want to make sure. But let's get back to what I said last week. And also I have to say, when you work from home, not everything is always perfect. I wanted to have this live from my computer. Something happened and now I'm on my phone, but you have to be creative. Okay, so now what's gonna happen? Hold on. Okay. So what I said last week is create a routine, get up in the morning, dress for success, eat healthy. As I said, I will always eat my fruit, yogurt and some almond milk. Reach out to the friends and put on the lipstick. I got some feedback, maybe not for the men. Okay, not for the men. But as a woman, it is important, and some people also made some positive feedback that they really are appreciating that we need to have the lipstick. So then, what is it today, the new normal? I think it's important to stay healthy, safe, strong, sane, and do not panic. Nobody knows. Nobody knows what's gonna happen and how long it will be taking. I have a friend in China and they're kind of like getting back to their new routines. It's not always easy to follow a new routine. And how can you stay healthy? Healthy is also a state of mind. So we want to make sure that you have healthy thoughts, positive thoughts, and don't panic. And today I want to talk about reaching out to friends and just have a talk. I heard from a friend of mine that she has a list. Who have I contacted now? Who needs me? I think that could be a good way to fill the day with some extra time that you might have now. And it's not so much always on social media, but make sure that you pick up the phone and call up. I call up my mom every other day just to check in. I think everybody is a little bored and appreciates when you call up. What happened on Tuesday, I belong to a running group and every Tuesday we meet for running, which is now not possible as we shouldn't meet with more than 5 people. And usually we would go to have pizza or a meal together. So yesterday we had a Zoom call. There were probably 16 people on that call. And at the beginning, everybody started to talk. Hello, hello, hello. It was so nice to see everybody because we don't always see everybody at once. But then what I thought was interesting, we also needed some guidelines on how to communicate with each other. So realize when you have 16 people on the call, not everybody can just talk at once, otherwise we don't hear anything. So what should happen? Actually, what we did then, everybody was talking, and when they were done, they nominated another person to talk about their experiences, how their family was, and what they're up to with their fitness routine. It's important to do some fitness. And even if you stay home, you can lift some weights. If you don't have weights, take books. Be creative with whatever you can lift. Be mindful. Even if you see sports people like Roger Federer, the tennis pro, or Daniela Rief, the 4-time Ironman winner, she says she cannot swim at the moment, but she's doing weight training. So we all have to adapt. And even the pros, some of their events are cancelled. What do? They stay home. They're bored. We're all bored. But that's okay. So reach out to your friends. Say hi to them. Make sure they know that you're there for them. And I actually had a Facebook message from the coach or the guide who brought us up to Kilimanjaro. How nice is that? That somebody so far away is thinking of me. I felt very honored. And now I want to have him on my podcast. Now, talking about podcast. So I started to podcast in October of 2019. And as of October 15, I've had every Monday a podcast. And I say the podcast name is Take It From the Iron Woman. And I want to interview people with interesting stories. I want to have everyday people who have something to say, and people who want to change the world. Everybody has a good story. With little things, you can change the world. It doesn't have to be that you are Roger Federer, who donated actually today 1 million Swiss francs for the needy people. But where I want to go to is that, so I have a podcast every Monday, and they're typically 10, 15, 20 minutes. But now every Wednesday, because I feel like people need to hear some more tips, I will have shorter episodes, and they're like 10, probably not more than 10 minutes. And we'll have another guest from Belgium next week. So super excited to hear his tips, what he has for the audience. And on Friday, for the past 10 years, I've been writing a blog. You can also follow that. And you can find all the information on my website. I will certainly add all the information after the live is over, so you can find it. But now I even have more interesting things. So thinking about how can you reach out to people, but we also find many people who are giving their time away for free or small amount of money. So we have Natalie in Switzerland now, who is offering yoga trainings. There was a yoga session, half an hour, open up the hips and just relax in those difficult times. I will have her information in the notes. Then we have another friend of mine who is very creative, and she makes beautiful cards. So you can order cards. She has cards for birthday, for special events, even bereavement cards. Very beautiful. They're one of a kind. She's not on Facebook, so we can connect with her on email if you needed some very special cards. I make sure I get some pictures from her, and we can upload that on Facebook. And in difficult times, it's also important that we have music around us. So I have another friend who is a music teacher, a runner, so he can give classes online now with Zoom or Skype, guitar, piano, even composing. So certainly we will have his information also in the show notes. And then through my podcasting, I found Dr. Amy Novotny, and she has a Paber Institute. You might wonder, what is that? So this is Pain Awareness Breathing Relief Institute. She has a very special technique on how to help us breathe more, I think if I say correctly, efficiently, better. She has helped people who were close to getting a knee replacement. The people used her breathing techniques. They didn't have to go for the surgery. How interesting is that? So certainly we'll have her information as well. She provides a Facebook Live every evening. It's at 7 p.m. Pacific time. For the people who are in Europe, it might be a little late, but you can always watch it afterwards. Take advantage of all the good offerings we see these days. And me, I'm offering free resume advice. So if you want to send me your resume, I'm happy to look at it and provide you feedback. Because if your resume is ready, if it looks good, now is the time to work on it. We know difficult times are now and difficult times are ahead of us. So why not work on your resume and make sure that it is up to date? And it is also up to where you want to be. So what is your next step that you want to take? Where do you want to go? How can you fulfill a dream? Sometimes we think, no, I cannot do anything new. Well, I think in these times, it's especially important that we are thinking outside of the box. If we keep inside the box, it will be the same. So we've seen that, for example, in the US, Amazon is hiring 100,000 people while delivery is up. Even Walmart, they need more people who are working there. And what I thought was an interesting concept, you can work for a company, you can go and shop for people and then also deliver it to people. This I read is up. So be creative, start to write, maybe start a journal. How do you feel in those difficult times? Or people who don't like to write, why don't you take pictures? And actually now I'm taking a photography class, and the class is called Street Photography. Guess what? We cannot do that. But the professor said we can also take pictures in our homes. Take pictures of the food that you have, the food that you're preparing, or you can also stage something. Can be something funny, something funky. So I think these are the times where we have to be more creative than anything else. Other advice that we can give is like declutter your home. How many times did we say, if I have the time, I will declutter the home? Well, I think now is the time. And what I would recommend is not that you spend the whole day decluttering the home. Maybe spend, let's say, 2 hours on decluttering the home and then go back and do something different. When we overwhelm ourselves, that's when it doesn't feel right. And also, we know we have a job to do. So whoever is working from home, checking their emails, but still, other people, you don't have to commute anymore. You are saving an hour, 2 hours in your day. So you have those 2 hours to declutter your home. Then your home will look beautiful. And also organizing the photos. I think I mentioned that before, but I always I'm like, oh, I need to do this. There is never a good time. Well, now is the good time, I think. What else can we do? What I think is also important when I said create a routine, write it down. Have a to-do list, but don't make the list too overwhelming. It's about staying sane. So if you maybe add the time towards it, so declutter the home for 2 hours, that's already a big task. And then what about the siesta? When we look at people in the southern hemisphere, they're taking a siesta maybe from 3 to 5, and then they work again from 5 to whenever the store or the office is closing. So why not take a nap in the afternoon? It's about rejuvenating yourself. You want to provide excellent service, and you need to be healthy and sane. And now it's time to get some water for me too. I mentioned last time, it's about the nutrition that is important also. So make sure that you drink enough, eat well, food should not be on your diet, and hydrate for sure. So since I'm talking a lot, I want to make sure that I'm also drinking enough. And today, as you might see, I'm standing, so I have my standing desk. It's important that you change the routine a little bit. So maybe also put that on the list. So 2 hours decluttering, 2 hours you're sitting down, 2 hours you stand up. It is possible. And when you're standing up, you might be doing work that is easier, that you just have to click with your mouse, or you can also do some stretching. And I think I did that last week, so take your hands and just stretch out. Where do you feel it? I feel it in my shoulders. This is all the work that we have done on the mouse. We're sitting too much, so now standing is good. But standing the whole day might be not so easy for somebody who has been sitting all the time. So break it up a little bit. So get up in the morning, dress for success, have a to-do list. And if you have a to-do list that is super long, what I sometimes do is I color code it and I group them together. So what can I do in the house? Declutter the house. What can I do on the computer? And then sometimes when I'm a little sleepy, I start with a task that is fairly easy to get into the mood and to get me going to be and think that I want to be more productive. How is that going for you? I'm wondering if somebody has a secret that we can learn from. You can certainly post all your questions in the chat box, so I can certainly see that. So again, we have many people who are offering their services. Take advantage. There are many great things that you can learn now. And the other topic that I want to talk about is about learning. Never is there a better time than now to learn something. Pick up a book, learn something, or now we see so many online classes. There's very decently priced offerings, and these days people are even offering free classes. So take advantage of those classes that are being offered. And I would encourage you to maybe take a class that you would never take. Maybe take a finance class. Now is the time to do something that is out of your comfort zone. Take something interesting, maybe history, or just learn something on the computer, or learn something like me when I did with the podcasting. It's not so easy. The interviewing, being a coach is fairly easy for me, but then the technology is quite a challenge for me. What else? So get up, establish a routine, eat healthy, reach out to your friends. And as I said, reach out to your friends. Maybe you can have a Zoom, Skype, or Facebook party. It seems like a lot of people have been doing that. We've seen many videos from Italy or Spain where people have been singing together. Singing unites us. Or people take exercise classes, so they still get fit even if they have to stay home. But certainly it is very important to stay home now. And when I talk about a routine, I hope we have the hand washing routine now down to a science, right? If you sing happy birthday twice in a row, that might be good. Or you can find another tune, or maybe you create your own tune when you are washing your hands. But certainly washing your hands is the most important. And if you go shopping, bring your own shopping bags, and then also, if you can, wash your shopping bags, because you might get something on that as well. So we all want to be healthy, safe, but also we want to be strong. And strong means we want to be strong for ourselves and also for others. As they say in the airplane, take the oxygen mask on you first and then help others. So if you are not strong, you might not be able to help others. But reach out to other people and offer your help. And the last that I want to talk about is we have many extroverted people and also introverted people in our world. And certainly you might think that, now I'm talking about the US is more like an extroverted country where people talk all the time, and you have to be more of an extroverted person in order to thrive when you want to be successful in business, certainly. So then what do those extroverted people do? They are going crazy when they have to stay home and there is nothing to do for them. They don't see any people. This is what they're missing the most. So I was actually reflecting a little bit on that, and if those extroverts really have to do something, why not create a punching bag? So take your pillow and start boxing, right? So then you get your aggression or your energy out and make some sound. Maybe that's what you need. You need to create some environment where you can get rid of your extra energy that you have. And for introverts, I think this is their perfect time to stay home. Somebody yesterday said, I don't know if I ever want to get out of being at home all the time. I love it. So who are you on the spectrum? Is it extroverts or introverts? I think I'm just a little bit on the extroverted side, so I don't mind being in the house and work on whatever is next for me. And what is next for me? I want to write another book and also start the online teaching. So that's certainly a lot of work, and now is the time to do it. Are there any questions that I can answer at the moment? I see many people chiming in, so thank you so much. And I see people from around the world again. That's always exciting to see. I keep the live just for half an hour. If there's any other questions that you might have, you certainly can send me a message. I'm happy to also jump on a Zoom call or a Skype call or WhatsApp, so I can answer many of the questions that you have. But take the time now to learn something, to make a difference. And working from home is also being visible. So don't think working from home means like that you can be under your covers and do nothing. It's actually the contrary, that you want to make sure that you are being seen. You might offer, like what I said at the very beginning, I proposed to New York University that instead of an in-person class, that I would have an online class. So don't be shy to come up with a different idea than what the normal was before. So in the new normal, be very creative and do something special. And I also encourage you, do what you think is right. Do what you think is right, because you know, it's trusting the intuition and things will come your way. We all know it's not so easy. Happy to help out, to help you with your resumes or even look at your LinkedIn profile. That needs to be up to speed at the moment. The better you are visible and the better people see what you're doing, that you're capable, the better the more of an advantage you have over other people. I see even Charbel from Mexico City is chiming in, a translator. I'm wondering, translators, you can do that at home, you can do that online. So certainly that's a job that I always wanted to do. Now maybe that's my next adventure that I can take on. Who knows? Any other questions so far? So again, podcast on Monday, podcast on Wednesday, blog is on Friday, and on Wednesday at 1 o'clock New York City time is the live. And what I did yesterday, I almost forgot. I created a group, work at home, or I might change it to work from home. It's a private group, so we can chime in, we can chat, we can share links, we can share the concerns and also pictures. So it's whatever you want to do. Okay, so I think I'll leave it at that. I just will summarize again. Create a routine, have a to-do list, eat healthy. That's the most important part, I think. Look out for your friends. Have a Zoom call or even a Facebook Live. Check out all the offerings that I have with yoga, breathing, nice cards that you can order, music, and a resume. So let's have a look and chime in, share with others, and certainly stay healthy, stay safe, stay strong, stay sane, do not panic, and stay inside. I wish everybody good luck with what they're doing, and let me know how everything is going. I know it's a difficult time, but together we can get through this. Thank you very much.